Hi guys, so hope everybody's well and everybody's keeping well and happy and all good. So today I'm here in Greenfields Guns in Salisbury, Greenfields Gunsmiths. Matt and Gabrielle have been kind enough to sort of look after me, take care of me for the last 5 or 6 months now. With various units and pellets. When I go ratting I can come and go as I please, which is quite nice. Always bring them down to make sure that they get their thanks. So they kindly also let me use the shot scene in for a video to try and talk about some of the units. So I've emptied the cabinet out, which where I'll put all back afterwards, and took out various different units. Not everything, but a good selection, sort of down all the way up through to the Digix C50, which we'll talk about. We'll start with the spotters. So you got the baby of the group, which is a tiny little thing, nice handheld little unit. I'm going to put it up to here so I can get a different shot as well. But it's very small, handheld, pocket-sized unit. It's practically weightless. You wouldn't even know you had it on you. You've got it in a bag in your pack. It comes with like a little belt clip pouch. You can use that as well. It's less than 250 grams in weight as well, so it's really not heavy at all. But it's a lot. It's a lot of bang for your buck. And considering some of the prices that Pulsar can get to, this is your sort of entry level. But by all means, it's not basic. It's still got its detection range of up to 1300 meters. The sub 50 millikelvin sensor, and 320 by 240 pixel. Yeah, it's a great little unit, tiny little thing, and it will literally fit inside your pocket, and it's gone. Base mag, I think on this one is 3 times and then 4 times digital after that. It's got 16 gig of inbuilt memory as well, so it does record video, takes pictures. Still has the 8 color palettes that you can choose from within the menu. You can use this sort of left and right hand as well, because the buttons are symmetrical across the top. So it doesn't matter whether you're a lefty or a righty, you can still use that with ease. Fully waterproof, IPX7 rated waterproof, so you can sort of submerge it underwater. Not that you want to do that, but accidentally it's going to stand up to that. And I think the battery on this one is 4 or 5 hours from a full charge. And it just pops in the back here. It's nice and easy. You can take it out and recharge it. Yeah. So that's the little XM, Axion XM30F. Then you sort of move up the range. This is the new Axion 2, the XQ35s. So there's 2. I'm going to get them both at once just to save the hassle. So it's a slightly bigger unit, but still, very much lightweight. And if you've got a big enough pocket, it will fit. It's not going to cause you much hassle carrying this around. The straps, it's always such a nice, comfortable thing to hold on to as well. So you have the XQ35 and the XQ35 LRF, which has got the laser rangefinder on the side. And yeah, there's a little bit of a price difference, but to have that laser rangefinder, especially for the airgun guys, it's going to be a very good thing to have. They're both you can put these all on tripods as well. They are tripod mountable. So both 1300 meter detection range on this as well, with a sub 40 millikelvin sensor, so it's a bit more powerful. The range is still the same, but the quality of the image is going to be better. The detection is going to be slightly better. The size of the object it picks up, because of the size of the lens, will be better. Again, base mag 2 times I think on these, and 4 times digital afterwards. Again, the same functions with the 16 gig of memory. Both record video and photos. And the battery life, I think between the two, this one is 11 hours, and I think because the LRF on this is 10 or 11 hours, but they're both, it's enough. You can charge these up and you're not going to have any problems. So, yeah. I've not actually tested one of these yet, but I'm very keen to, try one of these smaller spotters. I've been a little bit spoiled with Matt letting me have the helium, which we're going to move on to now. So, yeah, there's the Axion XQ35 and the XQ35 LRF. And now the heliums. So the Helium 2, XQ38F and the XQ50F. Both again to look at, very similar. I've got the XQ50F on test and have done for a good 4 or 5 months now. And I can't rate it enough to the point where I probably won't be giving this back. I'll be talking to Matt about keeping hold of this one. So the XQ38F is this one, and the XQ50F is there. And again, they're not too cumbersome to hold. They're a little bit bigger, a bit more weighty. They've both got a 384 by 288 pixel and a sub 40 millikelvin sensor. So still great detection, but you are going to get a lot more range. This one, the XQ38F, is a 1350 meter range. You're not going to have any trouble picking up anything human or deer size at that distance. And then the XQ50F is 1800 meters. You could probably pick up further than that. You would know there was a heat source there, but believe me, this thing is very powerful. There's a 3 times base mag on the 38 and a 4.5 on the 50. So yeah, both again 16 gig inbuilt memory, both record photos, video, massive amounts of menu functions there, the same color palettes. And then the batteries on these are slightly different. So you have the small batteries that go into these, and then you've got the battery that sits on the side. So it's just a clip that pops off there, and the battery will just pull off. And then as part of when you buy these, you get like a deck that you just plug into the wall and pop this in, and it doesn't take long to charge at all, and you'll get a good 9 or 10 hours out of that. And I've been out multiple times for a long time and never had any problems with the battery life on it at all. So yeah, both great bits of kit. So that's the Helions. Obviously there's a step up from these with the XPs, but this is just what I had laid out on the table for you today. So yeah, there's the Helion 2s. And then we've got, not this one here, but the 2 underneath. So you've got the Thermion XQ38 and XQ50F. So kind of the big brothers rifle scopes versions. So these are actually thermal rifle scopes. And the features are not too different on these scopes as to their spotters, brothers, sisters, cousins, whatever you want to call them. The good thing about these is they're standard 30mm rings, so they will fit on with the standard rings onto your rifle. They take a bit of getting used to. If you've never shot through thermal before and you've been used to shooting night vision, they take a bit of getting used to, but it's not a lot at all. But the specs are very much the same. The only difference you get with these is the battery. So there's actually 2 batteries to these. There's an internal battery, which is built into the tube itself, and then there's one that just pops off here, and that's your external battery. So that you can just sort of take off. It's nice and easy. It doesn't take long at all. A couple of seconds and you're done. And you'll get probably 10 hours out of both of these. And how it works is it'll work off the external battery first, always that one, and then it'll jump to the internal battery and use that until you run out. But the functions are all very easy. So you know the menu button is here on the side. So when you can imagine the scope being on the rifle, menu button here, and then you just roll through to get your functions. And then you would just pull off the side to download your footage. There's also a charging port, this is how you charge the internal battery with a USB, mini USB, micro USB there. And then all the menu functions, so the power button is here and they're on within 2-3 seconds. It's not, you don't have to wait around, it's very quickly. And then your focus and everything there, the zoom, and all your record functions and photo functions are here. So yeah, it's all very simple to use. Once you've sort of used one Pulsar device, it won't take long to pick up the others. So yeah, that's the XQ38F here and the XQ50F here. Again, you'll get more range detection with the 50F than you would the 38F, but you know there's not massive amounts of differences there. And then on the back is the Thermion 2 XP50. So I've been lucky enough to be sent by Pulsar the XP50 Lrs Pro, and this is the version without the LRF on the side. So the LRF sits on the top here. I don't have it with me today, but the LRF will sit on the top here. But this is definitely a step up. 640 by 480 pixels and a sub 25 millikelvin sensor. Got somebody else's tongue today. But yeah, this is definitely a different animal altogether. You'll still get your 1800 meters and possibly more detection range with this. Base mag of 2, 8 times digital mag. And then the image quality in these are unbelievable. So, and then of course with the rangefinder on the end here, your button, the rangefinder button is here. So you'll hit that and it'll bring up the picture-in-picture mode and give you 10% of the screen with a close-up of what you're looking at, and you can choose whether you want meters, yards, and that'll be accurate out to 800 meters or 800 yards, one of the two. It's accurate to a long way. And again, the same rule applies. There's 2 batteries, internal and external, pops out the same way. You can actually, I said 10 hours with these, but there is an option to get a slightly bigger battery. So when you buy this, it comes with this one, but then there's a cap that's slightly taller that you'll see that gives you the option to get the larger battery. So if you are going on longer trips and you don't have the ability to charge it, it's always nice to have a spare or just get the bigger version. But the battery life on these is fine, you're not going to have too much trouble. Thermion 2 Xp50 Pro, and then you've got the Pro LRF as well, which is with the rangefinder, which I don't have here, but it looks the same, just a big old rangefinder on here. Last but not least, the elusive Digix C50. So Greenfields had a delivery of these day before yesterday, I think, and I'm holding this one in my hand and it won't be here much longer. So before I get going, this is actually the non-Wi-Fi, so they do a Wi-Fi and a non-Wi-Fi version now. They both operate exactly the same. The only difference is that with the non-Wi-Fi version, which this one is, the Wi-Fi one is in the cabinet, but they both look exactly the same. And this had the IR on the side, so I thought I'd get that out because it would look better for the video. So they both operate exactly the same, just one has Wi-Fi, one doesn't, which means you'd have to download your footage through the side onto a laptop with the same sort of cable function as you would get. So on the Thermions where you charge, and you can pull data from, the same rule applies with the Digix. You would just do it that way with the ability, because all these others will work with StreamVision 2, the app, so you can sort of have it by the side of you and you can have a spotter looking at what you're looking at, record through there, change functions and pull all your footage off nice and quickly. The Digix, the same, is also StreamVision 2 compatible, but the non-Wi-Fi version of course wouldn't have that. So this is not a thermal scope, this is a day and night vision, so it's 24/7 use. It's got full colour day and night vision, which is handy. Yeah, the twilight mode in this, so it's good from dusk until dawn till dusk, and then the twilight mode will kick in. So you can use this like a small ring here. You just turn it from one to the other, which brings on the sunlight or the day to night mode. But the image quality with this is fantastic, and I'm actually looking forward to getting one of these myself because I'm very keen to give this a go. I think it's 500 meters at night with the IR. You can have a 500 meter vision range, detection range if you like. The IR does move about as well, so I know not used it personally, but with the old version there was problems with whiteout, and this completely eliminated that. There's no problems with that anymore. It is a good looking thing as well, I have to say. Same 30mm range you would use, same sort of 10-hour battery life with the two batteries, the internal one and the external one. I believe the option is there again to get the bigger version should you want to. 2.5 base mag on this one, up to 14 times mag. Again, you can either click this button, short tap, and it will sort of jump through digitally, or you can hold it and you'll use the scroll, which is the scroll button or knob you would use to get in and out of the menu and around the menu, and it will actually zoom in and out nice and slowly, which I prefer that way. Feels like you have more control. Again, 16 gig memory, and with the Wi-Fi version you have Wi-Fi, but it's got 16 gig of internal memory and it all records sound as well. Yeah, absolute monster of a piece of kit. It's probably my favourite, if I'm honest. I know there's two versions of the IR. I think, don't quote me if it's 850 or 950 version, but they're both great, and you can sort of buy this with the IR or without, buy without, use your own choice of IR. Yeah, so that's not everything Pulsar do, but it's a good range. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on some of this stuff and trying some more bits, and extremely grateful for Matt letting me use the shop this evening, Gabrielle. He's kindly stayed behind to keep the doors open for me so I can come in here and film this video for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment away, ask me anything you want. I'll do my best to answer. Yeah, I appreciate you coming to watch it, and hope you enjoyed it. And I'll try and get some footage of all of these bits, keep it all coming and upload it